Hey Gemini, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't. And if I don't catch your storyline, then you can check your other major placements to see if I caught your wavelength there. And also, just to let you know, I have been putting the pictures of the spread at the end of the video, so you can go there if you'd like to see the cards yourself without, well, I'd like to see the cards yourself. Also, you should know I am not in my regular environment. This is very clear. And so it feels a little strange. So these are, I feel like I'm still getting some good messages. It just feels weird. It just feels different, you know, different energy in this space for sure. So I've got my candles going and whatever as usual, but okay, we're starting with the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck for our intuitive vibe here. All right, we have tiny triumphs first. Well, first let's start with the bad news. Night ride. So we're going through a little bit of a dark period. It might be a lack of clarity, might be emotional depression, anything like that. And maybe not depression, but anything that's sort of, yeah, a lack of clarity, some darkness, some emotionally dark situation here, Gemini. We have like sort of a circle of protection here. We have an owl protecting. I always think it's a younger owl, but the other day I saw it as our inner child here. We've got this team sort of protecting our inner child. We've got the big, strong elephant walking through, maybe not so great on the night vision, but very solid and able to stand its ground. And then we have the owl, super great night vision, maybe guiding the elephant. But it's a team here, and we're all protecting this little owl. I don't know where we're bringing this little owl, but we're bringing it through sort of a dark night. But there is protection, and there's protection and sort of a team here for you, okay? Then we have tiny triumphs. So something gets flipped on its head. We have maybe the intellect, which has been the thing in charge, who's been patrolling this field. We have the raven, which is the corvid species, which is the apex species of the bird. So the smartest, most intelligent bird. In this deck, it's also symbolized by the top hat here. And so, but something's flipped on its head here. And I feel like this little mouse is our instinct and our intuition, and is usually just a quivering mass of information gathering, its whiskers going, and understands its role as prey here in this field. So we have this little field mouse, but tables have been turned. The thing that is tiny is triumphing now. And this has a joker feel of being able to say the things to the king, to the intellect, to what's normally in charge here in a joking way, and be safe with that. So we have something that, you know, a subject of the kingdom, our intuition coming out. There might be something funny this week. There might be a little joke that is like, okay, you're right, I am like that. And it might be a little problematic. So some sort of joke is going to come in for you this week. Something funny that's just funny on the surface, but actually has some truth behind it. And it hasn't been able to come in like that before. It hasn't been able to get your attention quite like that. But something's going to grab your attention with the truth that you need to hear. And your intuition could also be just like really popping out this week. As far as just coming on strong, unignorable. Where normally you can ignore those little niggles and twitches, you're not going to be able to ignore this. Whatever message comes in, either from your intuition or from somebody else, you're not going to be able to ignore it this time. So you're going to hear it, which means you're going to hear it finally. We also have House of Flowers here. So we have something very plain. Oh, yeah, there's some sort of switch up with this too. So something very plain on the exterior, very solid, maybe a little isolated in the exterior. There's just this beautiful blooming and blossoming from that. This is my Jane Eyre card, something that looks very simple on the outside. But is this real riot of life and beauty on the inside. So something that's been this intelligent spreadsheet sort of life here, very solid, very logical, very linear, is going to be popping out in a big, beautiful way this week, where it's going to reveal itself that it's not just, it's not, whatever this isn't just linear equations and isn't just bland, solid isolation. There's something really beautiful going on in the interior, and that's going to start popping out for you this week. That hasn't been the case. You haven't been able to see that thing is actually very beautiful on the inside. And then we have companions here too, right? We have these two companions, and they're dressed in white, which is very much echoing this. I wouldn't be, I mean, maybe you will be dressed in white, but, you know, it's just matching together, feeling like one. It's a partnership that sort of feels like one for a minute here. Okay. Moving on to ethereal visions, that I should probably be narrating what I'm doing. You're just sitting there watching me like stare off into space. Right, Gemini, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome here. In the recent past, you've had this magician. You've had sort of some wish fulfillment, some things that you wanted from life come true. You were able to, you know, pull the strings, say the magic words. It was very inspired. We have the magician and we also have the Knight of Wands, and they're both holding wands in their right hand. So, but they both have this intuitive vibe to them and this intuition that's sort of alive here. So there's been something in your recent past that you really wanted, you wanted to accomplish it, and lo and behold, you did. There was some wish fulfillment, some things came in, you felt powerful, you felt maybe even intuitively powerful. In your current situation, you are experiencing denial, refusal, stubbornness. She's blocked. She's blocking herself. She's refusing to put down her swords. She's refusing to see. Very stubborn. There's a lot of stubborn energy. This could be you. This could be somebody else. This is just something that's going on presently, is a stubborn refusal to see, refusal to open up your eyes. I call this my denial card, because part of us really, because this can be both subconscious and conscious, right? So we can just be like, nope, I'm blocking this. We're not going to go down that path. I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to look at that. It's reminding me of this sort of like, I'm not going to think about this thing. Well, this thing's going to pop out here. So this is the denial card right now for your situation right now. This is something part of your brain knows and can see. And then there's this other part of your brain that has decided that it's not ready for that yet. It doesn't like that. It doesn't want to see that. And it's going to turn a blind eye to that and refuse to look at something. So in the current situation, there's a refusal to look at something. It could be something intuitive, something that's a niggle that's been trying to get your attention, something that you know, but you're not willing to look at it yet. So that's the environment, is that you're blocking something and you're refusing to see something. And you might know you're refusing to see something. Hey, I've got stuff right now that I know perfectly well I am refusing to see. And that's the way I want it. But so it's not subconscious. I'm sure there's other subconscious stuff. We all have subconscious stuff that's constantly going on. So I'm sure there's other subconscious stuff that I'm not willing to see either. But so this can be like a decision that you're making or somebody around you is making to not move forward, to be very stubborn, or this could be you. This could be conscious or subconscious. What you really want is this emotional fulfillment. I don't get it. You had this magician already. You got what you wanted, didn't you? And now, but you're still wanting that. You're hoping for more emotional fulfillment. He's got his emotional trophies here, very fulfilled. People can see that. He's basically, this is a success card, a winning card. So you really got your eyes on the prize here. You're really wanting to win something and be successful and be emotionally satisfied here. And the emotional winner is what you like. As if it was a competition, but that's that card. You want to win those emotional trophies and be the winner here. What you have blocking you is the moon reversed. The situation, what's at issue is the moon reversed. So this is not seeing, not being in touch with your intuition. So the moon is, It's dark, but there's still a way to figure out our path forward. And this is not trying to figure out your path forward. It's dark and you're not in touch with your intuition, which we saw with this card coming up right here. That intuition could be popping up, but right now you're very much in this mode right here. The linear, solid, logical mode, which has its purpose and is very important. But we're getting just another confirmation of denial, not being, this is our third card here talking about not being in touch with your intuition. Or somebody here is not in touch with their intuition. There is a way to know, but they're not engaging with that way to know what the way forward is and how to move forward. In your environment, you have the Knight of Wands. You have a charismatic, inspired person in your environment somewhere. It's probably not you. It's probably someone you know, has a great idea, wants to move very quickly on it, is bringing some creativity. It can feel almost like a renewal, a baptism, coming back to life. So here you have like this offering of life. This could be sexuality, something like that, being offered. Very fast moving, inspired, intuitive energy here. And that's around you. So something wants to move forward very quickly around you in a charismatic and inspired way. Your to-do list, the energy you're supposed to come into is end your suffering. Stop suffering. Stop being in pain. This has been going on long enough. Why don't you reach for these cooling, renewing waters? So you're supposed to leave some painful thing in the past behind and reach for this renewal and reach for this reviving water here. These healing waters, because this is enough pain. And look, in this card, it's the end of a painful cycle. So these swords are no longer, there's nobody here. There's nobody here anymore. The swords are, they're done stabbing you. They're done with the pain. That's all over and done with. And now you need to sort of move on, move forward, and reach for this healing right here, this healing energy right here. So you need to close out a painful chapter in which you felt a lot of swords in your back. And this could be the denial that you're in denial. You maybe got really used to that painful chapter and really used to that situation, and you're not realizing that it's over and it's time to start the healing process. So this is the energy you need to come into, is it's over, time to start the healing process. So you've ended some sort of painful cycle and it's time to start. Here, where you're going now is this Eight of Cups. I love it because we have our moon here. We have the moon reversed, but here we're actually looking at it. We're seeing it. We have several night cards. We have this Night Ride card. In the Two of Swords, it's dark out. It's nighttime and we see the moon in the background, and then we have the moon card, and then here we have this Eight of Cups card. So this is a card of, so finally you're getting into your intuition here, your little, your intuition has grown since we last saw it in the Magician and the Knight card, and it's your staff now, and it's going to be guiding you. You have 8 cups, so it should be enough. That's a lot of cups. Nobody can hold that many cups in one armful. So isn't that enough cups? But your intuition, which you start listening to once you seek this healing and once you let go of this past situation and realize that that painful situation is over, don't keep reliving it, don't keep going back to it, reach for the healing waters. Once you start that healing, then you realize that there's actually 2 cups you'd like to go on and get. Your intuition really calls you forward into getting that, into seeking out those 2 additional cups. There's more fulfillment. You want the 9 of Cups. That's what you want right now. This card is saying, what about that 10 of Cups? What you have is 8, so you don't get what you want here. So you don't get that. You're hoping for 9 cups. That's your hope. You're not getting 9 cups. You gotta first close out this painful chapter and start the healing process. Then you'll be ready to, wait, maybe there's 2 more cups. Maybe it's more than just one more cup. Maybe it's 2 more cups. You're ready to set out on, you know, the road is treacherous and long, but your intuition is calling to you. The moon is calling to you and telling you that there's 2 more cups out there. And so you're going to start going after them. But your intuition pops out here finally after you enter this healing process. So you've definitely been going through a dark night here, obviously. But you got to end that. The night comes to the end. The dawn always comes. The sun always rises here. So you gotta allow that sun to rise and allow that that night ride to finally end. And then you're gonna realize like the journey's just beginning. You've got 2 more cups to find here. But you might be you might be hoping for a little less than what you're actually gonna end up going for and finding. You're hoping for the 9 of Cups, but your intuition tells you the 10's available. So it's time to start seeking that out and looking for that. Maybe your intellect's telling you 9 should be enough. Okay, 8's not enough, but 9 should be enough, right? But your intuition's here to tell you, actually there's 2 more. There's 2 more. And so it's going to take you on a new journey. You're just going to start a new journey here as soon as you close out this old one, looking for more emotional fulfillment, something more fulfilling than even what you're thinking of right now. So, all right, Gemini, thank you so much for watching. And thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I love interacting with you guys on YouTube, although I do find it difficult to find your comments sometimes. So some of them get lost, and then I feel bad because I can't respond to them because I don't see them. So anyway, but I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful week.